What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. That's Dan Rourke. Dan, how we doing today?
Not well, Pat. Not well, to be honest. Now we're gonna have a good show. I'm excited to be here talking with you. But I just don't think New York sports fans can ever be happy. Now, I'm particularly talking about the circumstances with the New York Yankees, which we'll get into a lot. But even the football, man. I'm a Jets fan, but they better not lay an egg like the Giants did Sunday night because that was rough to watch. So I'm all right,
Yeah,
man. I'm all right. New York sports is in a dark fucking spot right now, and we need Aaron Rodgers to save us.
yeah, we're in a dark spot. Jasson Dominguez is out for a while. The Giants got absolutely wiped in week one. Hopefully the Jets don't tonight. We'll see.
They won't.
Um,
They
but
won't.
other than that, bro, life is good. Can't complain. Before we get into anything, we have a pretty you know what? I'm just gonna say it. It's a pretty negative episode today, but we're gonna try to
Has to
keep it as
be.
positive as
Has to be.
possible. But before we get into anything, want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, FOCO. You might see I'm rocking some ice on my wrist. I'll show you guys a little bit deeper later. But it's from FOCO. Just saying. Code
Yeah,
Yankees
shout out
Avenue, 50%
Foco.
off.
I'll say it might be a little bit of a flip the norm on the show. I feel like I'm gonna be a lot more on the negative side, and you seem to be a little more on the chit. And also, we
Yeah.
got to mention, Pat's on his caffeine thing. He just told me ahead of the show. He's like, "Oh, bro, I don't know what happened. I had 3 Celsiuses last night, and I was tweaking." Like, welcome to the caffeine game. You can't really be doing that. One more thing, also
Yeah.
to say, anniversary 9/11 today. So obviously,
Yes.
to forget those who pass and all. It's I've already seen a lot of cool competitor stuff that MLB and NFL have posted. But yeah, obviously never forget and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know
And
exactly how to say that, but I want to say like happy anniversary, but like what the fuck, whatever the word is,
yeah,
phrase.
sure. But like remembrance.
Remembrance, yes.
One thing I also do want to throw out there into the universe before we do get started is, bro, my wisdom tooth is in so much pain. Like I'm in pain right now. Like right here, bang, it hurts. I
Now
don't
is
know.
that I didn't realize so a wisdom tooth is called a wisdom tooth because it comes with age. I guess that's what it is. Does everybody get that? Like, am I
I have
supposed to be
no idea.
expecting wisdom tooth
But
pain at some point?
no, but this is the same tooth that like came up like 5 years ago and then it stopped hurting, so I never got it pulled. So I'm just letting it rock. I'm letting it
Well,
ride, bro.
you know what's better
We'll see.
than having a torn UCL.
That is true. Speaking of a torn UCL, looks like that's what Jasson Dominguez has. He's probably getting Tommy John surgery, and I believe the recovery time is about 9 to 10 months. This is coming after Dominguez was slated to be in the lineup on Sunday afternoon. Then they scratched him for elbow inflammation, and then we found out after the game from Boone that it was a torn UCL. So now coming out of that, vibes were really high about this Yankees team. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was the last episode where you were like, yo, franchise altering weekend. The kids are here. Wells, Dominguez. Now we're looking at it where Wells is kind of struggling a little bit offensively, right? And now Dominguez is gone. And now it kind of feels like we're right back to square one, especially because going into the offseason and going into 2024, Dominguez was kind of the key factor for my excitement and hope when it comes to the New York Yankees franchise. And now that we're likely going to be without him until the middle of next season, probably at the best case scenario, my aspirations and hopes for this team have plummeted drastically in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just saying to somebody a couple of days ago, like, even though because this was after I think the Detroit loss and maybe the first game to Milwaukee that we lost, where playoff hopes gone again. And I was saying, yo, even though this season we know what the deal is, like my off-season vibes, my vibes going into 2024, totally different than they were 2 weeks ago. Well, kind of like what you just said, we're back to square one now. It really feels that way. And real quick on the injuries, so turns out Wednesday he was feeling the soreness, and here's where you can speculate at least a little bit on how the Yankees handle injuries, which sometimes can be overblown. Sometimes people are just looking for something to be mad about. But Dominguez told the Yankees on Wednesday he had elbow soreness. And then it comes out, I guess, yesterday, or whether it was Saturday night, he found out when it was torn. Bottom line is a few days were in between that of letting him know he was sore and then finding out he had a torn UCL. Whether or not that UCL was already torn when he told them, we don't know. It very well could have been, but it's interesting. The Yankees needed a bat this offseason at the very minimum with Jasson Dominguez. Now you go into 2024 needing a center fielder, still needing a left fielder. And what have I been saying for a while? I think they need to sign Bellinger. Now that's even more of a must because what are we looking at going into next season for this lineup? We literally are right back at square one and might as well be August with this team. And Jasson's development, that's probably the biggest crush. This is why this is really, really upsetting because it's not like, all right, You get him back, let's say August. He's not just going to pick up exactly where he left off. I mean, he could. Baseball's weird, but it was still a developing 20-year-old. It wasn't a finished product by any means. So it's not like we can rely on him the way we get Judge back this year. If he's been gone for a bit, you know what you're getting. You're getting Aaron Judge. We still don't know what Jasson Dominguez is yet, even though he's been one of the most exciting players we've seen in a good bit over the last week or so. He's played 8 games. He could come back next year and lay an egg. So even relying on him to be like, say you go out and get one bat to play left field or center field, and then you're relying on Jasson to come back and like fill out that lineup, that would be a mistake too if you're planning on making the playoffs. So we're kind of right back at square one of, 2024 might just be a lost season. Unless the Yankees attack this offseason with money, which they're going to have to do. Just going to have to. I mean, there's a lot for me to say on this, but vibes are extremely, extremely hurt right now.
Yeah. No, and I feel it too, but also at the same time, we were talking about this before we hit that bright red record button. And I think you're so down because, like, obviously Dominguez is a key factor of the Yankees going into 2024. Well, he was, and he still can be. But I think the way I look at it is, I feel like I'm so used to this stuff, bro. Like there's absolutely no way that we thought that going into 2024 everything was going to be perfect. And that's what kind of bothers me when I go on Twitter and I see people having such a positive outlook for the 2024 season because they're like, "Yo, blank's coming back healthy. Blank's coming back healthy." But I feel like a lot of the times we have to take into account as many plans as we make for the future of the Yankees, there's always going to be a roadblock. And really what it's going to come down to is whether or not the Yankees are built strong enough to reroute. You know what I mean? And it seems like over the past couple of years, they haven't necessarily been able to. It's like, yo, one guy goes down, the Yankees are screwed, bro. Like this season with Judge, for example, Judge goes down, there was absolutely no rerouting. Like the season was practically over once Judge went down for how a month and a half, 2 months, however long it was. And I think that's really what it's going to come down to this offseason, whether or not the Yankees can find pieces that can replace the presence that Dominguez was going to be at the top of the order. And also add something else because, like you said, even if they did have Dominguez going into the season, they still needed something else anyway. So now it's kind of like they have to do double the work to improve the offense. And I just don't know if I'm that confident that they'll be able to get it done. And I think that's the part that concerns me the most.
Well, if you were to, and real quick, let's just talk about the timeline because you said 9 to 10 months, which is probably the safe way to go. Some have brought up Bryce Harper. I don't think that's a good example because he came back as a DH and he was kind of affected by it still. Like he came back with the arm brace, and I believe his power, I still don't even know if it's back, but I know initially it wasn't. He came back in record time, like 5 months. Didi Gregorius, who was the most recent one, position player, at least with the Yankees to have it, he got it October 2018. He was back middle June 2019. Gleyber Torres also had it, and he was out. It was like mid 2017, done for the year, ready to go 2018. So, I mean, even it's not like Jasson's going to be out for like there's a chance he goes back in June next year. But even so, once again, he wasn't even an established player yet in my mind. So it's not like we're getting what we think Jasson Dominguez will turn into right away. Like the way I see it, 2024 now is all about rehab for him. And you might see his true self by like the end. And by that point, unless you really fill out the rest of the lineup, are we even in the playoffs? So it really is starting to feel once again like 2024 is a lost season in terms of it's a rebuilding. Like we're not looking towards making the postseason. I don't think. That's just how it feels. You disagree?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it just sucks because, I mean, we're looking at another season where it's Judge's prime, it's Cole's prime, Stan's like winding out of his prime. And it's frustrating, dude. Like, I don't know. And I don't know. Last episode, we had such good vibes when it came to like the Dominguez coming up and Wells coming up. And now I feel like all that's just erased. Like,
Well,
what?
Wells, my vibes aren't down on Wells at all. He's only had like he's played
No, but you know what I mean.
times in the last week. It's just strictly to Jasson. Like I don't give a crap about the
No,
rest of the stuff.
but Wells is a good player, but he's not an X factor going into 2024 like Dominguez was. Like I
No.
think Dominguez has the potential to be one of the top 2 hitters in the Yankees lineup. And bro, you could have made the argument that he already was. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
based
dude
on
was
what we
batting
saw from
third.
him.
And that's the
Exactly.
thing. Like, this is all about Jasson. Like, the whole Baby Bombers 2.0 Yankee Utes or franchise altering. Like, it all had to do with Jasson. Also, Wells is a nice piece. And I still am assuming he'll probably go into next year as, like, the favorite to win the starting catcher job, which I'm excited about. But just thinking, like, what's the lineup next year, yeah? Like, the top five is gonna be what? It's gonna be DJ, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton,
Yeah.
LeMay. Same old shit. So
Yeah,
for now,
it's nothing.
I'm really like, I'll do my offseason blueprint at some point. I'll really do a deep dive. But for now, bro, I'm very much in the dumps about this whole thing, which I imagine everybody is. I understand. It's just, it really feels
It's
in a
tough.
way, yo. I don't want to, like, I know it's some dumb to say this, but like Yankee fans low key are cursed, at least since 2009.
Yeah, I don't.
Are,
I
dude,
mean, I
are, in terms of like cock teases, at least, bro. Okay, give me that at least. Getting blue ball.
sure, sure,
Nobody
sure,
gets
sure,
blue
sure,
balled more than the modern fucking Yankee fan. And I'm
sure.
done
But
with it, dude. It's whack.
the thing I'm kind of looking at now, and I think what frustrates me the most, because I don't like looking too far ahead, and I don't like looking in the past. I like looking in the moment, and in the moment right now, like I don't see a reason for me to turn on Yankee games every night. You know what I mean? And what I said was going into September, the only thing that would really get me excited about watching the Yankees was calling up Dominguez and Wells. And Jasson Dominguez has provided such a spark for the Yankees since coming up where you want to tune in every night just to see his at bats. Now, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch a Yankee game. Like, I love to still watch Cole starts, but other than that, dude, nothing about this team right now excites me, and I don't feel a single reason to watch.
Yeah, I say that to myself after a tough loss. Like, yo, I'm done with this effing team. As if
Like
I had a
yesterday,
choice
did you get
anyways.
excited about the walk off
No, no, not really. But like,
after getting no
I
hits
still
for
was rooting
what,
for
10
them. I was
innings?
happy when they won. And like when no, no, I shouldn't say that. Like I was happy. Like I was screaming up and down still, to be honest. But it wasn't one I was like proud of. It was like, this isn't a feel good win. I still want to rack up wins, but it's not a feel good win. I look forward to the game still. I try to tell myself that I don't, but like at least when it comes to sitting down for first pitch, it's still, even being out of playoff contention, it's still a Yankee game that I enjoy. But that's not even what I'm worried about, bro. It's like the season as a whole for 2024. Like, I'm so curious how the vibes are going to be this offseason. They have to sign Bellinger. They do. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not
It
saying that in
won't.
reaction. I'm
It's
not
not
saying that in
happening.
reaction to, well, let's talk about it for a second. It's not a matter of like Yankees lose to Dominguez. Now you got to react by signing Bellinger. Like, no, bro, you needed him beforehand. Now, what's really going to be interesting is what's the contract going to be? Because some are saying he's
But
going to get
that's why
north
I'm
of two.
saying it's
If
not
somebody going to
happening.
say if he might get north of 200 million. Yeah, bro. Jesus Christ, coming through your window again, Dan. Bro, I didn't know better. I think you just passed away.
Jeez Louise.
Let's move on
No,
though.
but I mean, regarding Bellinger, real quick, I think the reason I'm I can't
That's
take
crazy,
myself
man.
seriously right now. I think the reason I'm not anti-Bellinger, but I think that there's zero chance the Yankees sign him is because I think after this season, it's almost certain that we're going to be looking at a guy who's going to be demanding, I mean, maybe 5 years, right? And that's
Definitely.
not really how the Yankees seem to operate, especially maybe this Rodon thing is going to scare them away from doing deals like that, especially with guys that might be a little bit risky and not super long term, but I would say like a mid-term length contract, which is like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years. And
Yeah, but
I
they
just
shouldn't be
don't
worried about
see
the contract. They should be worried about the player they give it to. And also,
No,
it's
I know, but also like let's not forget Bellinger very recently was not a good player.
you'd be
So
nervous he would turn into like Joey Gallo.
yes,
Yeah.
which would be the definition of what would happen on the Yankees. Let's
No,
just be
there's a
honest.
risk there. I don't get too worried about it only because, and that's valid. That's certainly valid why people wouldn't want to sign Bellinger in fear of him turning back into that meatball. But he was apparently badly hurt with the Dodgers. And you look at the timetable of that, it would, I mean, easy excuse to make in hindsight. But yeah, like 2020 or 2021 to 2022, he was apparently pretty fucked up with a shoulder injury. Outside of that, he's been a great hitter. Now, the other reason, and this is probably a bigger one, does signing Bellinger, does that take you out of the running for Juan Soto the next year? Now, my side of things, I think there's more of a chance the Yankees would sign Belly than Soto, only because, I mean, that's going to be probably still over. I mean, even if he doesn't get a $400 million contract, Soto at the very minimum is going to get over three. No, are the Yankees going to be involved in that?
It's gonna be over
You think
three
they
for
should, but
sure.
knowing how they operate, and they have Judge, they'll still have a couple years to stand. You have Cole, Rodon still. Like, I'm not so sure they'll
Bro.
actually, like, they'll pull a Harper with this. So I'm not sure they'll even have a conversation with the dude, knowing they're not in his budget, as silly as that sounds. So there's a lot of factors going into it, but
Knowing how the Yankees operate, my conclusion this offseason, and this is just based on years past, they will end the offseason with Harrison Bader on a 1 year deal and Everson Pereira in left.
I'm
That's
more
that's
nervous.
probably what we're looking at.
Well, okay, so I think they'll acquire some sort of outfielder. And It won't be Bader. If it were to be a Bader, like I think it'd be IKF they bring back, which would be horrible as a starter. I
He hasn't
think.
played in a long time.
Well, he started for the first time Sunday, first time since September 1st. So he was out for a good bit. I would say Pereira's probably your left fielder next year, which sucks as he was trade bait, in my opinion. He's
Yeah.
probably your left fielder next year. And then you got to go out and get a center fielder somewhere. It sucks as the market is not deep at all, bro. It's Bellinger and then it's Grichuk, basically. Now,
Yeah.
you could, and this is what sucked. If you had Dominguez for center field, here was my plan. Jasson, your center fielder next year. And then I would, for the last remaining year of Soto in San Diego, I would try to get him out of San Diego because it wouldn't have cost all that much. And the Padres, apparently, they're sure as hell not resigning because they can't afford. They're way past their budget, apparently. So there's talk that he would be on the table this offseason. But I would feel almost silly even doing that now because it's like, no, I shouldn't go that far. I was going to say, even going to be contenders no matter what next year. But you could, if you have a great offseason, you could be contenders. I mean, it's just up to the Yankees if what they want to do. Are you going to sit back and just chalk up 24 as a rebuild? Or are we going to try to win some games?
Yeah, no, I think that's the trickiest part of the whole thing, just to see like what the plot for 2024 is going to be. And I guess at this point we just have to wait. But you want to talk about another guy who's hurt real quick and maybe a part of the Yankees 2024 plans? Luis Severino out for the season, potentially has pitched in his last game as a New York Yankee. He left his start on, was it Friday? With the oblique tear, maybe. I don't know what it is. He said it
high
felt
grade
like
strain is the word they first used, but Sevy said he felt like he got shot. So whatever, it's pretty bad. We ain't going to see in the rest of this season.
Yeah, no, he's definitely done for the rest of the year. And as we know, he's a free agent at the end of the season. He's gonna get a 1-year deal with somebody. I don't know who it's gonna be, and I don't know if the Yankees should or would even put that into consideration. Because I mean, we've talked about it pretty often now. The Yankees rotation has a lot of question marks going into next season, and I don't know, bro. It seems like it would be a very Yankee thing to do to like throw Sevy a 1-year deal and just be like, oh, like
It does.
yeah, 2023 was kind of like a fluke. He had injuries, whatever. Let's see what happens. But I'd be completely against it. I think Severino's time in New York is done. I think it's another one of those situations where it's like a Gary, Hicks, Gallo, Donaldson. Like, I'm done putting faith into these guys that have proven it's just not working out here anymore. So Sevy, maybe go to the Dodgers, become like a Cy Young candidate again. It's totally possible. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if wherever Severino goes next year, he will become a stud. No, I wouldn't be shocked at all. But I just don't think the Yankees are that team for him anymore.
Yeah, I was starting to become of the mindset I'm not opposed to a 1-year deal after he was starting to look a little bit better, and not just the outings, but like his stuff was legitimately, he was looking like Luis Severino. Now though, man, and the post game was tough watching it. Like the dude was actually in tears, and you could just tell, man, like he knows his body has constantly betrayed him over the course of his career. That's kind of just like a reminder to Yankee fans, like why you would, want to stay away from Luis Severino going forward. And it's one of those things where, even that aside, the reason now why if there were a certain reason before this why I would want to turn away from Severino, a lot of it is not the fact of how, inconsistent and even the injuries. The main thing is I just really want to close the book as much as possible on the familiar faces of this core that went so horribly. As many of the guys that you can ship out or just say goodbye to, even if not, it wasn't necessarily their fault, like Severino being one of them, I want to close the book on this chapter.
Well, he's the last one. I mean, besides Judge, who doesn't really count.
Yeah, and then like Glaber too, but Glaber I don't want to go. So like there's exceptions, and Stan's not going to go anywhere. So I mean, you're not really closing the book on him. But in terms of as much as possible, like Severino would fall into that category of kind of, all right, this didn't work out. Let's move on to the next thing. Bottom line is, though, the Yankees going to have to figure out a rotation next year. Yep. King pitched well again. He's convincing me more and more that he'll be a part of next year's rotation, which I've switched my mind on. Like I'm down with that a little bit. Or at least open to the conversation more than I was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, man, we've talked about it at length. Right now, you're looking at Cole, Rodon, Herman, maybe Nestor, and King. So there's a lot of question marks there. I mean, literally all question marks about Cole. So much has to be addressed this offseason, dude. It's crazy. Really is crazy.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, it's a shame that Brian Cashman is going to be the GM to do it, because I have zero faith that anything's going to be addressed efficiently.
Yeah. And there's also no real way, at least to the free agency market, because it's not deep at all. Like the top pitcher is, I mean, you have Aaron Nola. Yankees aren't going to sign him. And
He's a free agent.
And then you have, I believe so, yes. And then you have like Lucas Giolito, and I believe Blake Snell too, who the Yankees are going to be involved in. Though I love Blake Snell. Um,
I
yeah,
just
no,
can't see
it's
them giving out another like big contract for a pitcher, especially with what just happened on Rodon. I can't.
besides the guy we're about to talk to now, who they're apparently pretty involved in,
Yeah.
which that would be. Let's just get into that now.
Yeah. Before we get into
Well,
that though, want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, FOCO. Dan, I know you're not in the boat, but you have some shorts waiting for
nice
you. I
lingo,
promise.
bro. I've never heard you call it the Vogue. I
Yeah, the
appreciate
boat.
that, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
actually quite fucking bummed that I'm not on the Vogue. Sorry, Christina.
You,
Because you did get me shorts. You finally came through after I've been bugging you the whole time, and I'm not
I
there
know.
to get them. But
You know what else you have waiting for you? Yankee friendship bracelets. I'm rocking my Judge one right now. There's like, yeah, bro, these are cool. Okay, I'm
no,
a
they're cool as
bracelet
hell.
guy. I don't know if you know this. I like wearing bracelets. And this one says like Judge 99. There's one that say Bronx Bombers. I love the Yankees, bro. These are fire. You're supposed to like get them. They come in packs of threes, and then like wear them with your friends and their
We should
friendship
do that.
bracelets.
We will have our own friendship bracelets. I feel
Exactly.
like bracelets are a good like part of your get up in a way. I'm not sure how often you actually wear them, but I could see. Because aren't they like
Yeah.
they're kind of like a low key fashion thing, bracelets. Like it's a I feel like what one bougie folk might look at and be like a subtle form of extravagance, a bracelet,
Yeah,
you
bro.
know?
Like, yeah,
So
if you're a grown man not rocking a bracelet, I question you.
do you wear a watch? I mean, I wear my Apple Watch.
No, I don't.
I gotta get a new band because it's like you can't really tell, but it has like sweat discoloration on it.
I'm gonna
Uh,
be honest. I like watches are cool, but I feel like listen, like watches are cool, and there's a lot of like really really nice watches. But okay,
Go on.
well you do. Yeah, I'm gonna go on. But dude, I just can't imagine wearing like a $10,000 watch just like casually going outside. Like I feel like I'd be terrified.
Yeah, which I mean, they were just talking on the broadcast the other day, but people will do this in real life too. Like they'll have the legit shit, but they go out sometimes they'll wear fake because they don't.
Oh yeah, celebrities
Yeah,
do that all the time,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense. What you just saw me sniff my Foco slippers. Been talking about them a lot. You can get yourself a pair. Code Yankees Avenue, 15% off. And I shouldn't say for the Giants fans because you guys really probably down in the dumps. But yo, Jets playing the Bills tonight. Get all decked out. Foco has you covered. NFL too. NBA. When is the NBA season even start? Is that like
I
December?
think it's like end of October,
Oh, really?
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, when you want to get prepped up for the Knicks or decked out, you can do that. So, they got
Yep.
everything. Go to Yankees Avenue, 15% off. Shout out to Foco. And I'll be back in the boat soon to get my bracelet, and then we can be friends for life, Pat, officially. What are you doing? Are you like pointing to your freaking floor?
No, I was actually pointing at my topics.
Oh, are we
I'm
gonna?
trying to boost your mood a little bit, Dan. Like it's still a good day. It's a Monday morning. Life's good. The sun's shining for once after raining literally all day on Sunday without explanation. There
You
might
know,
be a hurricane
bro.
potentially coming. We don't.
Yes, which I'm kind of hyped about. So
Why?
I'm Nah, here's what I want. So
Six
I'm down
figure
the short.
steady.
No, I'm not. No. Excuse me. Not that was fucked up. I shouldn't say I'm hyped about whatsoever. I naturally get excited about there being a storm. I was not talking about the idea of lives being lost, people's life being fucked up by no means. But the I live in Seaside Park. I live my parents' house is the vibe around there being a big fucking storm and the drama that comes with it. You got to get the milk, the bread, the eggs, and talk of like people
You
getting
like
evacuated.
that?
It's naturally exciting. Yeah, it's like
Oh, you must have to evacuate, no?
yeah, which isn't a big deal now, but so what I
Did
was
you
hoping.
evacuate for Sandy?
Yeah, so
Oh
there
wow.
was last time we evacuated was Sandy. But the year before that, and this is what I'm hoping for. There's remember Hurricane Irene,
Yeah.
which I don't know how it was for you, but for us it was like a total joke, and which
Was
led to
that
us.
before Sandy?
Yes, so it was 2011 was Hurricane Irene, and it was absolutely
Yeah.
nothing, which led to people when Sandy came around being like not taking it too serious, like oh they hyped up Irene, it was nothing. I'm hoping for another Irene though, like the drama around it, like got to get out of town, like oh shit, like oh no, what are we gonna do? And then like nothing happens. So you get the excitement, the thrill of like potential danger, but like nobody actually gets hurt.
Cool. Let's get into topic number
Don't
three.
cool me, bro. You know, I mean, I just won't talk on this show.
Okay. No,
Like,
I mean we like I think that would kind of be funny if we did one episode one time where I just like talked the whole time and just responded to myself. I think it'd be good.
oh yeah, that'd really be great.
Yeah. All right, topic number three. Brian Cashman took a little trip to yes, what?
No, damn it, you could have kept going. I would say this is legitimately exciting.
Oh, yes. This is like the one piece of news today that like, ooh, we could get
This
excited
is
over.
cool. This is cool.
Brian Cashman took a quick little trip to Japan, the island of Japan, multiple islands in Japan, I believe. To
No
see
idea.
I don't want to butcher his first name, but Yamamoto. That's what everyone's calling him. His last name's Yamamoto. An absolute stud, bro. He's 24 years old. a 1.74 ERA in 7 career seasons, and he threw a no-hitter while Brian Cashman was in attendance. I'm pretty sure Cashman was still in attendance the day after as well, because there was another pitcher that he was looking
Yeah.
at too. But he only went like 3 2/3, and then I think he left with an injury. Cashman left right after that. Obvious that he was there for that pitcher. Don't know his name, but I can get excited over Yamamoto. Apparently, this dude's the real deal. He pitched in the World Baseball Classic. Bro, he's like I said, he's a stud, 1.74 ERA, 7 seasons. I don't know how much money it would take to grab him, but obviously, basically every team in Major League Baseball is going to be gunning for him this all season when he does get posted. But this is cool, bro. Like the picture of Cashman front row with Yamamoto walking off the mound, it gave me like good vintage Yankees vibes. And maybe it's like Brian Cashman's wake up call for the 2023 season, where it's like, yo, complete failure. We got to go out this offseason and just cause absolute havoc and prove that we're the Yankees. Maybe that's what we're looking at, but so far, promising.
I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I said like the exact same thing. It very
Really?
much felt like, and this doesn't mean shit because we don't live in this world, but if we lived in the world where everything went right for the Yankee fan, like early 2000s vibes of being the legit evil empire, like after they like signed Contreras before 2003, those kind of vibes, because that picture of Cashman, it was actually his second no-hitter. And the first name
Of
is
the season,
pronounced,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, which is a cool ass name. Yeah, no, I'll throw the picture up here. Like it looks very much, if we were the big bad Yankees, people would be like, no doubt, we know where he's going. He's going to be a New York Yankee, which he still could be because the Yankees are apparently big time in play. Now, yeah, this dude's a stud. He has 2 straight seasons entering this year of winning the Japanese Cy Young Award, which, forgive me, I don't remember exactly what it's called, which somebody roasted me for the other day on Yankees Avenue. I
I
apologize.
did see that.
Yeah, which I kind of like though in a way because so many people came to my defense that I called it the Cy Young Award. I was describing what the deal is and like the fact that he won 2 straight Cy Young Awards, and I said that, but just to kind of put it in perspective so people know, like if I said the actual award that
If
was
you said
in
the
Japan,
actual
people,
name, people would be like, "What is that, bro?"
yeah, right,
Like,
and I could have technically done both, whatever, but I don't think it was that big a deal. Anyways, 2 straight Cy Young award seasons in Japan. He actually has won the pitching triple crown in both those years. Now, his arsenal is nasty. He has a fastball that isn't too hard, but he can get up to like, he sits around 95, but he can get up to the upper 90s. He has a great splitter, go figure. Feels like every Japanese pitcher does. And also apparently a world-class curveball. So the stuff, everything we hear is phenomenal. Now, what would he cost is the question. People say without a doubt more than Tanaka. So you're already past 7 years, 155. Some people think actually north of 200. That would be interesting because then I believe if that's the case, then he's going to be the most expensive Japanese player or foreign player in history, period. Are the Yankees willing to go there? I want it pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Surely for the sake of, yo, we haven't had a Japanese superstar in so long. Like that used to be a fixture of the Yankees, man, in a way. Like you had
I know, but hear me
Matsui
out.
Matsui, and then you had Ichiro to get you over to Tanaka, and then you had Tanaka. Like I think we kind of need, especially just from a markability standpoint and like money making wise, the Yankees know it's important to have that market, the Japanese market, and he's a stud pitcher, beast. I want him.
The Japanese market is huge, and the
Yes, the
Yankees
Yankees know that.
historically have always had like a Japanese star, which is awesome. The Japanese star that I want is Shohei Ohtani.
Not happening apparently. Like he's
Why?
not even like, so the Yankees. I read an article last night. Who knows
I
this?
just read an
But it's
article that he prefers winning over like
Oh,
being
so
on a
I read
coast.
that he's not even going to like talk to East Coast teams. Basically, he
I
may have
thought it was the
actually have a
opposite.
conversation. No, no, we don't know ever what's going to be the case. But the article that I read made it seem like the Yankees are just going into this year having no hope about signing Shohei. Which, dude, let's talk about this. I mean, you still want to? I don't know if I want to get Shohei with all this going on. To be honest,
Okay, well, let's just say like
there's a
Japanese
risk
stars.
before, risk now, even more.
Would you rather have Yamamoto or Otani? Especially
Oh,
because we're looking at like the cost that Yamamoto is going to be.
Oh, so that's the only reason why I would want Yamamoto, because even he costs 200 mil, like Otani's still going to get over 4, I believe. Now, here's why I would want Otani, which is probably the obvious case to go for why you want Otani. But I trust the Yankees more to figure out the pitching end of things than the hitting. And obviously, Otani will still be able to rake while he's recovering from Tommy John if he gets it, because I think he's still going to DH or something along those lines. So Otani's bat is more worthy to the Yankees than Yamamoto's pitching. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's even on the table, unfortunately.
Well, I
And
mean,
it's easier to get over, dude. It really is with the UCL. I mean, that's a ticking time bomb right there in one way or the other. Whether even if he were to pitch through it or come back from it,
not if he doesn't pitch.
what do you mean? But then what are you paying for? He's going to get money. He's going to get, dude, he's going to get like, you're going to be paying him more than Judge then to be a DH.
Okay, Dan, excuse me
Screw
from
you,
wanting the
bro.
best player in baseball.
No, I think it's
Whatever.
valid. It's valid. It's
No,
totally
but
valid.
I definitely think over the past couple of years, I think the fear of players coming over from Japan and being total bust, I feel like that's kind of wound down a little bit just because like you see all these guys coming over and exceeding at such high levels, like Otani. Bro, look at Kodai Senga coming over, like absolute dog. He might finish like top 5 Cy Young
And
voting
let me
this
just say
year.
on the topic of this, somebody who never ever got enough credit and still doesn't. You Darvish. You Darvish has been
Sure.
phenomenal.
Great career.
Yeah, oh, for real. Like arguably, like in terms of just consistency, bro, and a stable career in the big leagues, like he may be number one. Maybe outside of Matsui. And I guess Ichiro. There's been a lot. There's been Cal, especially now. Like the
Yeah.
90s, you had some bad names, and the Yankees were on the bad end of that as well. But even for us, the recent history, I mean, what do you have? You have Matsui. Can't really chalk up Ichiro because that was just technically just a regular MLB acquisition at that point. But then Tanaka as well. Yo, something I really like saying the other day.
Hiroki
Glad
Kuroda.
Kuroda was a great one too.
But then you have like Keigawa, you know.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like that was okay. I mean, I guess that was pretty still a long time ago. That was what, like 2006, 7, and
Yeah.
8. But yo, Keigawa was fucking nuts, man. Remember he like the
He
Yankees
pitched with
offered
sunglasses on.
The Yankees offered to send him back to Japan because it clearly wasn't working. By this point, we were in like year 4. I think it was like 2011 or some shit. Like, yo, we could send you back to Japan, bro. It's all good. He's like, no, I want to stay in Scranton. And he's like, yo, he go look it up right now, bro. I'm telling you, he has like, I think he's the all-time strikeouts leader for the Scranton Railroaders. I'm not playing. You don't
Oh,
actually
I
have to
think he
watch it. I
liked
would
it
think
up
of it.
there.
Yeah, no, for real. Cause like he just was chilling in AAA, which is quite hilarious. But yeah, no, I mean, I also well, I guess I already said this, but just the idea of having like a Japanese star is awesome. And I said in my Yankees Avenue caption, I was like, this would be the Yankees' first signing of a Japanese superstar since signing the legendary Masahiro Tanaka back in 2014, which, speaking of, and I think we're going to talk about this next topic kind of in a vibe of this, Tanaka needs a day at some point. Whether that's like throwing out the first pitch with like a bobblehead maybe or something, but like do something a little cute for Tanaka. I feel like once because he's on the tail end of his career. Tanaka, if you look at his stats in Japan, like mid-4 ERAs the last couple of years, and he's getting up there. And shit, Tanaka's probably what, 36, 37 at this point. So once that career's over, what are you doing? Once his
My
career's
lamp
over
just
with.
fell.
Oh, okay. Would you be down for Tanaka Day?
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
word.
I think that a lot of people. This will be a little bit discussed more in the next topic, but
Yes.
last thing I do want to state on. Well, first of all, Tanaka's what? He was number 19.
Yeah.
Is anybody wearing 19? Or is it out of circulation?
Well, Boone was on Sunday or Saturday. Sunday,
Oh,
Saturday.
oh, well, yeah, that doesn't count. Yo, also, you know what I realized? CC's number is out of circulation.
Yeah, which he'll be
Yeah,
fired soon.
yeah.
I bet you within
Okay.
like 3 years.
Perfect teeing up for bro. I'm so bright, like it's bothering
Yeah,
me.
just deal with it, bro. It's not bad. I mean, you look
It's
good. It's
annoying.
better to be bright than dark.
Yeah, I've realized this because like since we started like recording in the mornings, mostly now we haven't done night recording in a while. The brightness, like the sun must like go in and out of my room like it's psychotic.
Yeah.
But topic number 4, Old Timers Day was on Saturday. They had a ceremony. It was mostly like honoring the 1998 Yankees. It's so funny because I tweeted out, I said you couldn't pay me to watch the Old Timers Day. And you tweet out, you're like, holy shit, Old Timers Day is the greatest thing of all time. And someone tweeted both of them, and they're like, yo, the duality of Yankees Avenue. I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll kind of state my piece on it, and then you could state yours. But I'm not a fan of it. You know me, like I'm not big on nostalgia, especially when it comes to players that I never really watch play, right? And Greg Nettles, Mickey Rivers, like these guys do absolutely nothing for me. I never watched them touch the field. Even guys like Tino Martinez, bro, I've never watched them play before, so he doesn't really do
That's
anything for me.
crazy to me.
And then also to see guys like Aaron Boone get honored at Old Timers Day, like bro, it's just it kind of becomes a little bit of a joke. And then you have guys like David Wells coming and putting duct tape over the Nike logo on his uniform and
Oh,
coming
I
and
thought that was
crying.
hilarious.
Bro, I thought it was so stupid and corny. Like, just don't come if you don't want to wear the Yankees jerseys. But yeah, overall, Old Timers Day is not something that I find entertaining. I thought it was cool. I used to watch it when they played the game. I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. Like seeing Matsui still hit home runs in Yankee Stadium, whatever. But I don't need to sit here and listen to a Q&A with the Yankees that I never even watched touch the field. So that's just me.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things we'll just have to agree to disagree. I love it. I had a blast. And, I knew going in, like, I was like, all right, I'll make a morning out
Did
of
you hear
this.
that?
Nah,
Oh,
my end or yours?
not mine.
What was it?
I don't know. I think they're doing construction outside, so somebody just dropped something and it got like a big shake.
Oh.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, dude, I don't get it the way you are. I mean, I understand that's how you are, and you're definitely like that's truly how you feel. You're consistent with that. I appreciate the history. I was having a blast, and I was actually one of the few people who right now I don't mind actually not having the game. I really don't. I don't mind not having the game. One, they're all getting old as hell. So like, I mean, what are you gonna they're probably gonna like break a bone or have a stroke while they're playing the thing. But also, like, I don't think they want to do it. Like Jeter was even asked. He was like, happy you didn't play a game today. He's like, yep. Or was like, would you have considered playing a game today? He's like, nope. It was nice to see Jeter back, by the way. But no, I think
I
it's
think Jeter just wouldn't want to embarrass himself.
I mean, he'd probably be the best player there. I mean, considering the age gap. But no, I mean, I just think like because of the fact I didn't get to watch them, it makes it more important for me to watch. And like I like understanding the history and the whole like what came before. It makes you like it reminds me the Yankees are a very special special team. And like, celebrating '98 was cool. Like I'm glad they did that rather than just like a generic. Which is I'm curious what they'll do next year. You're gonna like celebrate '99. But yeah, no,
No,
dude, I
no,
I enjoy, I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole thing. And I thought it
no,
was
yeah, but that's where we differ, and I think that's fine. Like for me, I wasn't alive in 1998. I didn't watch the 1998 World Series. Yeah, I saw highlights of it, but bro, who cares? I wasn't alive when it happened, so it has no impact on me, bro. Oh, the 1998 Yankees. Oh, here's Homer Bush. Shout out to Homer Bush,
Homer Bush is a
but
fucking beast. I've met him.
yeah, I spoke to him before too. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it does nothing. I'm
I don't know what you're
okay. I'm
saying at all. Like it
No, I
does
feel
mean a
like you
lot to me. I
have to know
love the
what I'm saying
Yankees.
because I love the Yankees too. I love my Yankees. I don't love Yankees that I didn't watch play. It
My
doesn't,
Yankees is
bro.
all of them, bro. My Yankees
It's
is from 1903 on.
Can you sit here and say that you love an 88 Chevy if you never drove one or you never had one?
If I'm a diehard Chevrolet fan, absolutely, bro. Oh my god, that's the cars are probably the worst example to bring up in this case. Yes. Do you ever
What?
see people because people would drive like 60 Chevys all the
I
time,
can't
70
like
Chevys all the time.
something that I didn't experience or I didn't have. That's being like, I'm trying to bring up like another good analogy. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's
I
just
don't know,
deep
bro. I
down
mean,
inside,
I never
I
met
can't have
George
any feelings
Washington. I
towards
never
it.
met George Washington or Abe Lincoln. Like, I respect the hell out of what they do, and I celebrate them.
There's a difference
You know,
between respect and being like I'm not gonna sit down and watch an Abe Lincoln speech.
I watched the George. Oh my god, bro! I literally watched an Abe Lincoln documentary a week ago. I watched a George Washington documentary 2 or 3 weeks ago.
You like history, I
I
don't.
love history. It's like part of it is I love history, but I also feel like this is corny as hell. I know, but it's like almost my duty as a Yankee fan to like to be involved in this. I do. I feel so. Like I think it's.
I like my history.
I get it. No, I get it. I love the Yankees.
Bro, I
They are
love
my life. But I think it's a touch different, I think, with
I
me.
know, but you're telling me that like because my Yankees are like 2007 to present, right? So it's like if there was an old timers day where they're bringing out like Curtis Granderson, Russell Martin, Robinson Cano, that's where
Oh,
I'm
okay. So how about this? So 2024, next year, this is something they could do, will be the
15 year
15
of
of 909. So
that I'm down for because those are my Yankees. Like, bro, bring out fucking Jerry
all
Hairston
right, all right.
Jr.,
Here's what I think
Jose
the issue
Molina.
is.
I'm down for that.
You know, here's where I think the issue here is, the way I feel is like there's a difference between not just being interested, but being like borderline disrespectful with it. You like to just throw them out in the trash, is the way it feels. It's not like, oh,
Because that's how
well, I
I view
respect
it.
what they did. I don't exactly have that much interest. I didn't watch. And I think that's like a fair or reasonable, understandable. I could forgive you for having that take. But it's like the fuck these guys vibe that you
Who
get.
said that? I just said I'm not interested. I have zero interest in watching David Wells do
I
a
love
Q&A.
David Wells. I'll
Zero interest.
see the Q&A. At first I was like, all right, this could be a little bit awkward, but I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I had a blast. Like
I'm
there was a
glad
lot of
you
times
enjoyed it.
I was hyped. Like I was like yelling. Like when I saw like when the Core 4 came out, I was screaming at the TV. Yeah. Swear to God, I
Like,
got
actually?
yeah, well, that's screen. I was like, oh, I was like, oh baby, let's go. That's what I'll do. I'm like, oh yeah. And then like Joe Torre, seeing him was cool. Dude, all around, I'm not gonna fucking shy over. I love the hell out of it. It was a blast.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. That's all I need from you.
No problem.
Wait, are we doing a topic 5? Yo, let's talk a little
I don't have one.
NFL.
Okay.
Hey, actually, before we move on, I want to say this last thing because I meant to say this before about being affected by the Yankees, because I never have to finish this point or even mention it. Part of the fact, like, because you were saying it's still a good day, right? Knowing that I'm this upset about sports, it's almost like a preconceived notion in my head that in the end, everything's all good. Like, if I had to, I could take the Yankees out of my life and be like, okay, I'm technically in good health. My family is still alive. I have food to eat. So I'm not a total senseless idiot, but like,
I
yeah,
feel
the
like you
Yankees.
don't realize that sometimes. I mean, maybe
No, I
this
never
season.
do it. I've never done that before where I take the Yankees out of my life. But I know if I had to, like, if some tragic event in my life happened, I'd be able to like ground myself, recognize, okay, this is legit. The Yankees are just a baseball team. But never really had to do that yet in my life. So for now, bro, I'm just gonna I don't mind being upset with the team and being down in the dumps. I'm just living the,
Yeah.
feel the
Yeah, bro,
lows,
we're
feel
living
the
the
highs.
dream, dude.
You
We're
know,
living the
you can't have the
dream.
highs without the lows.
You want to talk some NFL?
Or just a little bit. I mean, I don't have any takes, nothing. I'm just saying, like, how about the fucking Giants getting spanked last night? Did you have a day of watching football yesterday? Did you tune in or you just waiting for the Jets?
I did. I did watch some. I had to work yesterday, so I watched some games like in between. But I didn't watch the Giant game last night. I'm gonna be honest.
Funny.
I didn't really care too much. I was just chilling. But I am watching the Jet game tonight because I
Huge.
like. I know I'm on the bandwagon, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with people like who want to be bandwagon fans as long as they realize as such. You know what I mean? Like if people want to like only start
Fair.
watching the Yankees in the playoffs, like that's fine. Just don't act like you're a diehard fan. I can name two players on the Jets, Aaron Rodgers and Sauce Gardner. Those are like two guys I know. But I'm rooting for them this year. I hope that they win the freaking Super Bowl because New York needs something to be happy about, bro. They like we need something. When was
Nah,
the
for
last New
real.
York team to win anything? The freaking Giants in what
Yeah.
2011?
Which that's not even that long ago. I don't think that's what the issue is. Even talking about '09, I never feel like it's more so about what's happened since. And when you combine the laughing stock that the Giants for the most part have been, and last year was good. Same for the Jets. Like we think we're trending up sometimes, but it's been a dumpster fire pretty much all around. Like whether you're getting cock teased as a Yankee fan, just constantly demoralized probably as a Mets fan. Giants and Jets for the most part. Once again, last year was nice, but besides that, been pretty shitty for the last 10 years. Honestly, like I don't know where the Knicks are at, but it might be Jets and Knicks as like the most happy fan bases right now.
Yeah.
Now say that with a grain of salt. I don't exactly know for sure what the deal with it is with the Knicks right now, but I
Well,
mean,
the Knicks
like the
made the
Yankee
playoffs
fans aren't
last
towards
year,
the
dude.
top.
The
Yeah,
Knicks
yeah,
were
yeah.
like in the
I think
conference
so.
finals.
Yeah, no, I think so, and I feel like vibes are probably good for them going into the new year. So I feel like if I just had to guess, it would go like it's funny because like we're all the same thing here, but Jets, Knicks,
Giants,
Giants,
Yankees.
Yankees. I mean,
Mets.
Yankees and Mets. I don't even want to say we're above the Mets with the Yankees. Like I feel like we're
The
probably
Yankees and Mets are
like
same
kind of
ground,
same
and then
little
the
area
Nets
of
are on the bottom, bro.
uncertainty.
Like,
I think so. I
oh
mean, I
wait,
believe so. I have no idea though.
people are gonna be mad we didn't mention the Rangers or Islanders. I don't know
Okay,
anything
no,
about
fair.
hockey though.
That'd be a fair complaint. I don't know anything about hockey. I believe so. The Rangers, I think this is just like the most generic New York sports talk ever now of all time. But the Rangers had a playoff win or like a playoff season the
They
year
were
prior.
in
And
the championship,
I think
and then
so.
they got swept. I think.
This is turning into a ridiculous conversation. People are gonna be like, "Yeah, the Rangers." I believe they had like a disappointing year last year. I apologize. I'm not too big into hockey, but
No, can I be honest? Like, you know how I can jump on the Jets bandwagon, or like if the Giants make the playoffs, I'll hop back on that
yeah,
bandwagon. Even when like the Rangers make the playoffs, I can't find myself hopping on that bandwagon.
I've
I just
tried, bro.
can't.
I remember like I don't think it was playoffs, but after 2016, I was looking for something to watch, and I tried turning on a Rangers game, and I was like, I just can't do this, and
No,
I've
I get
never watched
bored. It's
since.
a
Like,
skillful sport. Don't get me wrong, bro. I can't even ice skate. I couldn't imagine
yo,
ice skating while playing a sport. I can't watch it
it's
though.
incredibly skillful, and I'm not dissing the sport at all. Like, it's that's another thing too. It's just like it's obvious. Like I'm not roasting your sport. Like I'm a baseball fan. Like so I'm not gonna say your sport's fucking boring. But yo, I'm
Yeah, but
pumped.
bro,
It's
either way, dude. I mean, if someone like gets mad, oh, you're calling hockey boring, bro. If someone calls baseball boring, okay, I don't
Yeah,
care. Like,
no, I get that. I'll say that too. Like I understand why people say baseball's boring. That's part of why I love it. Like also why I wish the pitch clock wasn't a thing. I'm kind of firm on that now. I get why they did it. And I
really,
understand for the game, just for my
I don't
own
mind it.
watching. Like it's not an issue I take that I'm gonna like say fire a man for. I totally get why they're doing it, and it's working technically. I miss how long baseball games used to take. It's too quick now. You blink and it's the fifth inning.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I would mind it in like I don't think I'm gonna judge until I see the playoffs this year because I think that's really gonna be like
I'm
a
not
key
watching.
factor. Oh well, I will be watching. I will be in Philadelphia. Um, I will be going to at least one wild card game.
Are you gonna like
Um,
wear Phillies shit?
I thought about it. I think I want to get a Bryce Harper Team USA jersey.
Okay, that would maybe be,
Yeah.
but like, dude, you can't be like you. I mean,
No,
you're
I'm not.
an
I'm not gonna
American. You
buy
can
a
do your
Phillies
thing, but like, that's
jersey.
just like, what are we doing here, bro?
No, 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 no. I thought about this. I definitely put some thought into it. I can't wear a Phillies jersey or a Phillies hat or anything, but I have considered getting like a like I said, the Team USA jersey or like one of those like cool I get these ads on TikTok all the time. It's like a Bryce Harper like vintage streetwear kind of shirt thing.
All right, you
Like
shouldn't wear anything with the Phillies logo on it, dude. Now, of course, you have the
if
right
Bryce
to, but
Harper has a Phillies jersey on it, yeah, I'll rock it.
no, it won't have a Phillies thing on it. I don't think.
Either way, I mean, it's not like I'm rocking a Phillies jersey, so I don't see a problem.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Or I'm gonna wear my Garrett Cole jersey.
now that's fucking hype.
Yeah,
Yo,
my navy Garrett Cole jersey.
I've already lost so much money in the NFL this season. So I did dude, this was fucked too. So I put a little $10 bet just to play with $10 bet on the first game, the Lions Chiefs. Hold on, Lions they win, and I put it on the money line. So I woke up, I'm like, yo, word, want some money? Turns out I accidentally like hit the parlay button to do the over. Won no money, screwed myself. Then yesterday I bet like $20, two separate bets on like the spread and the money line. I got confused. But anyways, like pretty much $20 in the fucking Joe Burrow and the Bengals to beat the Browns. He throws for like less than 100 yards and they lose 24-3. Horrible. Bounce back with a $10 win. Packers beat the Bears. All right. So now I have $21 in my account. Fuck it. Put it all on the G-Man, baby. And what happened? I've lost $50 or $40, I believe, in the NFL so far this year. So the Jets better, and it has me nervous because I almost like, I would normally, I would bet on the Jets tonight. But every time I bet, it seems the team I bet on loses. And I'm not a jinx guy in baseball, but in football, I feel like because I'm like not as educated in football that like I do believe in jinxes. So I'm more of an idiot. Like I feel like I can't bet on the Jets tonight, or else I
Yeah,
lose.
I don't like betting on like my teams. Like I don't like betting on the Yankees
It's like
because
a bad
it
omen.
makes yeah, and also like it makes it a little bit less fun. But yo, speaking of betting, if you're in a Better Picks legal state, be sure to download Better and play. But I don't know how big you are into UFC. Did you watch UFC this weekend?
No,
Okay, well, I have a little story time. So, an unnamed sports book. That's what I'm gonna say. They had Israel Adesanya. Are you familiar?
no.
Okay, well, he main evented, going up against this guy, Sean Strickland. Okay,
I know that name.
you definitely don't, bro. You're
No,
thinking
probably is the
Hunter Strickland.
Strickland. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Something like that.
But yeah, Adesanya was minus 650 favorite to win. And this unnamed sports book had a promo. They had him plus 100. They were like, oh, but the max is $25. It felt like the safest bet of all time, bro. Going from minus 650 to plus 100. I was like, yo, let me throw 25 on this. What's the worst thing that could happen? Bro, he lost. He freaking lost, bro. So then it has me thinking, what did they know? And why would they do this promo that everyone else didn't know, bro? That should be investigated. I've never
Especially in
seen
the
anything
world of
like it.
fighting. Especially in the world of fighting. Because that's always been a thing. Like, yo, the casinos and the sports book know what's up. Like even the other day, somebody was saying like when the Yankees were like, there's a thought they can make the playoffs. They're like, yo, there's no way the Yankees make the playoffs. You see how good their odds are right now? It would sink the industry. And like obviously that's not true, but I get you thinking sometimes, bro. Like
It's crazy.
as much as people talk about it being a thing, like there might be some substance to it, especially in the fighting world, bro. Like, because that shit's easy to stage. Be honest with yourself, dude. Like
No,
you
no,
could
I'm not saying it's I
not
definitely
stage, but
don't think
like
it's staged, but I'm saying like, yo, like it's weird the way it works out. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't think that there's any chance like UFC is staged. I think anybody who like says stuff like that and that
not
sports are rigged, like I think
stage.
it's dumb.
I no, I think. Well, you can't even say they're dumb when there's been evidence of it happening in the past. I mean, like we know
Yeah,
that
but I don't think it's like an ongoing
not as
thing.
frequent, no. But like if you want to suspect, I mean, like we know the shit that happened. I watched the documentary
The
of the
NBA
yes,
documentary
which
thing.
I want
Yeah.
to say, yo, I kind of bash Netflix a lot, but they're Netflix Untold. I think they actually have one on like Jake Paul. I don't know if you've
Yes.
seen it or not.
Yeah, pretty
I
good
haven't seen
documentary.
that one, but I've watched like the one on the Florida team with Tim Tebow. The yeah, this is crazy. The Johnny Manziel. Like they have a lot of good stuff. Netflix Untold. So shout out to them for that. Let's get the hell out of here. I gotta go. It turns out. Good episode today. It was a nice little therapy session. I feel like, and we discussed some good things. We got the Red Sox coming up, which is gonna be a battle of last place. Which that's something to root for. I don't want to be in last place. So with that said, Pat, where can they find you on socials? You don't care.
TikTok and Twitter at Unhinged Patrick, Instagram at True Hennessy. Hope everyone has a great, fantastic, bright day.
Yeah, no, it'll be an alright day today. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll see you Thursday. Right?
Yeah.
Socials. Dan Rourke on Twitter, Dan Rourke on Instagram, Yankees Avenue on Instagram, Yankees Avenue on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. Let's go, Yankees.
Her body's gold like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember. But we say we all fine, we all fine.